Hey everyone, welcome back to CryptoCache. Thank you so much again for joining me here. I hope you're having a fantastic day. We're taking a quick look here at WIF Hat. Going to explain why I feel we might see a breakout here soon. This coin's looking quite strong compared to Bitcoin. It's down on the day by a small margin, but Bitcoin's all sorts of weird right now. But regardless of that fact, we're going to take a look at some back-end liquidation data and kind of see where we're at. If you could please hit the like button, maybe comment below if you want, and obviously, join us over on Twitter, Telegram, and Discord if you want to become a better trader. CryptoCache.tech is a site as well, link down below. We got a lot of new traders coming over to our community, so just be mindful that you have to read through my signals guide if you're going to be taking my trades. Those are available all in the premium section, so just note there are some instructions there if you're going to consider following those. Okay, so heads up, back-end liquidation data. We got 90 cents to 100, so to basically 110. So we got that 20-cent range above the price and basically a 15-cent range between 75 and 60 cents below. So we're closer to the upper range, therefore breakout makes more sense. You retest the same level multiple times, you're more likely to break through that. All that said though, from a macro time frame, we look at larger time frames here. This last 1 month, we have more liquidation above the price than below. Yes, there's a heavy concentration at 64 cents, but that's dramatically further away than it is at 90 cents. We're basically knocking on the door of that resistance range. We can also see liquidation delta is shifted bullish over the basically over the weekend, last 2 trading days. So it's a good sign, basically implying that we have more longs than shorts in the market, and you don't really want to try to short against the grain, right? We got majority of people taking longs. Why short against that? It's just a higher risk trade. So just be mindful of that. This coin moves fast regardless, so obviously there are some caveats there, but generally speaking, open interest at 83 cents, that's that local support, and subsequently 77 and 76 cents roughly just below the price action. So that's kind of where I see the point of control. If we kind of zoom out, ever since we've been in this range of 60 cents or higher, we've seen the absolute most amount of volume at 85 cents. That's right where we're at right now. Secondary to that is 77. That's just below the price. Okay, so looking at the daily time frame here, we have a falling wedge breakout, quote unquote, broke out of that falling wedge here, and we're seeing that bullish backtest here in that range of 75 to 80 cents. When we look at the macro perspective here, we're over 50 on the RSI. Not a lot of coins can say that. Stochastic swinging up, money flow index pretty darn close. We're also above our moving average, along with the MACD convergence. So everything here is telling us where we're likely to go higher. We just got to be mindful there is some resistance above us at 92 to 93 cents. That's right there with that convergence or divergence, if you will, of the 50 and the 200-day SMA. So kind of just giving us the indication that we may still be in a downtrend overall, but short term is looking pretty positive. When we look at the 4-hour time frame, just to quickly highlight this as well, we do have a head and shoulders type of pattern here. So if you're kind of curious what those lines are for, basically just kind of implying that we have somewhat of a bullish pattern here, and we're testing our neckline right now or that local resistance. But we've tested this resistance here multiple times. We've now tested it for about 24 hours straight, and we're due to break out to the upside, likely because of that, okay? So just be mindful. That's kind of just a little pattern there. You don't take trades on patterns, but if those patterns are consistent with that of the momentum or the movement in the direction you're heading, then it makes more sense. So like, for example, if we're, you could argue this is a double top, which is true, it is. But there needs to be confirming factors telling us that we've lost support and that we're more likely to go down. The only thing that would cause WIF Hat to go down is Bitcoin pulling back. And right now, 107,000 has been a significant support range for Bitcoin. And I think there's a likelihood we're going to sustain that range and just continue to see altcoins slowly break their resistances. And we're right there on the edge there. So we don't have full-on confirmation we've broken free from this range. We are retesting multiple times. We can see here slight divergence in the 4-hour time frame, but we're still over 50 on the RSI and stochastic. While it's swinging down, we're still retesting this range here. So in a perfect world, we keep retesting this area, and then stochastic bottoms out and continue higher from there. But all in all, looking pretty solid here in the overall sense. And we look at the hourly time frame to round this out. We can see we're above the cloud. Lagging spans tentatively free and clear, and our conversion line is switching gears there. So we have 2 out of 3 confirming factors here letting us know further upside makes sense. If the price does pull back, the key levels to pay attention to is this point of control at 84 cents. That's a close approximate. And then subsequently 77 cents, that's our previous point of control as well. So we kind of got a good support between 77 and 84. If we do go down that low, just keep in mind those would be some good averaging entries, I have a secondary and tertiary entry consideration in those areas there. Okay, so it's kind of where we're at there. That's the bee's knees, folks. I hope that makes sense. I described it correctly. Thanks again for being an awesome part of my life. Join us over again on Twitter, Telegram, Discord if you want to learn more or stay abreast on some fundamentals, etc. Also join us over at Bitunix too, folks. We have a new campaign that just started. Awesome reward bonuses for for our community. So if you register, you'll always be eligible for future bonuses. Check them out. They're awesome. No KYC or VPN. Hope you have a good rest of your day. Thanks so much for your time. We'll see you in the next one. Take care.